What's going on, everyone? Dratta Arcana here with a character build. So let's go into this real quick. We got a Trials of Mana build, the Fatal Fist build for Kevin. So just keep in mind that I'm actually level 68, but I'm going to be doing a series of character builds for level 50, and assuming that it is your first playthrough. So let's just jump into it real quick. The stats that you're going to need for Kevin at level 50, and this is mostly just to get very specific skills, which we will go to in a moment. And your stat spread should look something like this. You want 21 in luck, 21 in luck, 21 in spirit, and then 27 in strength. That will leave you with 1 point left over, kind of to spend where you want it. So that's going to be your standard stat spread. I've just found that, increasing your stats isn't what's going to increase your damage. Sure, it increases your damage, but it's mostly just to unlock very specific skills. And that's the best way you're going to go about it. Next up is the gear set. Now, keep in mind that because this is a class 3, you are going to want to get all the gold seed class 3 items for Fatal Fist, which is the weapon is the Skull Slicer, the Jade Scarf, the Seiryu attire, and the Fury Choker. This is going to be your best gear as far as the Fatal Fist actual build. Next up are the abilities that you're going to want on Kevin. You're definitely going to want Finishing Blow, which increases the damage that you do by 30% to enemies that have less than 30% HP. This is basically a huge boon when you're fighting enemies. The moment they drop below 30%, you immediately do 30% more damage. Next up is Conflagration. Damage dealt by 15% when HP drops to 30% or below. So if you're taking a lot of damage and you're down to 30% of your health, you're dealing 15% more damage. Next up is Beast Roar. You get this from having Kevin in your party and beating Luger. Beast Roar. Damage to boss monsters increased by 10%. So because you fight a lot of bosses in this game, this is a real boon because it does stack with Finishing Blow. So the moment that you hit 30% HP, you're basically doing 40% more damage with a 10% nearly all the time. Next up, you're going to want Payback, the first one and the second. This also stacks. It basically reduces your CS gauge when you use a Clash Strike by literally 25%. And last is Broken Lines, which is 30% chance of defense decrease when you critically hit. So with this build, because you have a decent amount of luck and stuff, you're basically going to constantly always be doing critical hits. It's not as constant as you might think, but you actually have a good chance of critical hit. One of the big reasons that we go into Spirit in the first place is actually you want 21 Spirit for Moon Energy. So you want to start off the fight by popping Moon Energy for 9 mana, or 9 magic, 9 MP, and basically your critical hits will be very consistent on bosses, so you'll get that break armor. But all in all, that's what I found to be the highest damage dealing for Kevin. And yeah, so if you like the video, please feel free to like it or subscribe. Anyways, guys, I'm going to get out of here. This is a series of quick character builds for level 50 for each of the characters. I'll be doing these over the next couple days. So yeah, anyways, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Once again, thanks for joining me, and hope this helps.